हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम एंड वेलकम टू पिंडी रिएक्शन। आज फिर एक और वीडियो आप लोगों के साथ मिलकर देखने के लिए आपके सामने मौजूद मैं हूं लुकमान
और मैं हूं आदिल। आज हम जिस वीडियो पे रिएक्ट करेंगे वो है हाउ बिग इज रिलायंस। रिलायंस इंडस्ट्री।
रिलायंस में एक ब्रांड है, बहुत बड़ा नाम। रिलायंस की बहुत सारी चीज़ें मैंने देखी मोबाइल नहीं
मोबाइल तो मैंने देखी, रिलायंस की
सिम्स है शायद, नहीं रिलायंस की काफ़ी इंडस्ट्री है यार, नाम बहुत सुना है ये।
चलो देख के याद आ जाएगा वीडियो।
रिलायंस
वैसे आजकल हम ज्यादा ये बिजनेस ओरिएंटेड नहीं होते जा रहे। पहले कौन कौन से देख चुके हैं? टाटा,
महिंद्रा,
बाबा रामदेव,
शतांजलि, किस तरह थी है ना।
तो आज रिलायंस देखी।
रिलायंस का बहुत नाम सुना है यार, मुझे अब कोई प्रोडक्ट याद नहीं आ रही इनकी।
इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में मैंने सुना।
इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में है
रिलायंस के
रेफ्रिजरेटर। हाँ, मतलब हैं बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, बहुत नाम सुना है इनका।
चलो देख के बताइए।
लेट्स सी रिलायंस 1 2 3 गो।
You are watching ColdFusion TV.
Hi, welcome to another ColdFusion video. Big businesses have always played a part in the history of a country. Car brands like Volkswagen and Mercedes helped shape 20th century Germany. Ford and McDonald's were a big part of the American dream. And much later, Apple and Facebook now play a huge role in society. But none of these companies compare to the influence that one conglomerate has had on its home nation. Today, we're going to look at how Reliance has overtaken India. They have a huge role in oil, mobile communication, media, textile, retail, and more. In India, Reliance can be the clothes on your back, the oil in your car, the mobile network you use, the TV you watch, and the food you buy. In addition to all of this, the company has started a digital revolution in the country and are directly responsible for the rise of T-Series, the rapidly growing Indian YouTube channel that's set to overtake PewDiePie for the #1 spot. We'll also see when Reliance's founder, Dhirubhai Ambani, died, his two sons took sibling rivalry to a whole new level. So this video has been requested for over 3 years, and I think it's about time we took a look at Reliance. The business all starts in the 1960s in the textile trade. Dhirubhai Ambani moved to Yemen from India as a young man to look for work. After a few years pumping petrol for an oil company, he moved back to Mumbai and hoped to use a few connections in Yemen to create an import-export business. The aim was to bring polyester into India and send spices to Yemen. However, his business partner, who was also his second cousin, had a very different approach. Ambani was a natural risk taker, unlike his cousin, so eventually the pair went their separate ways and Ambani founded Reliance Textile Industries in 1966. The business really took off with the creation of the Vimal brand. With this, Reliance Textiles were no longer just a material supplier. Having their own line of clothing made all the difference. At first, Ambani got his clothing into the stores by producing it as cheap as possible. But once the Vimal brand was up and running, he began a franchise model of his own and the Vimal stores began to spread. An advertising campaign in the late 1970s was the establishment of the only Vimal brand. This brand became synonymous with young fashion for both men and women for decades to come. Ambani was ready to put the company on the public stock exchange with their initial public offering. However, he took an interesting and new route. At the time, stocks and shares were far removed from the average person. Ambani wanted to change this, so he got the public excited for the company's IPO and put up about 2.8 million shares. The public took notice and the IPO was extremely successful. In India, this is known as the start of the equity cult, where the general public became far more engaged in the stock market. Even today, Reliance has millions of shareholders. On the back of the IPO and the wildly success of the only Vimal clothing brand, Reliance continued to grow and then diversified. In 1986, Reliance Capital was established. This subsidiary offers financial services such as loans, stockbroking, and insurance. Reliance Capital is currently one of the largest financial companies in India. Continuing on, Reliance would merge with another textile business at the end of the 1980s and bought their way into the petrochemical industry. This was a way to expand on the polymers that they were already producing. But soon, the company had their eyes set on the oil fields themselves. They quickly grew into India's largest petroleum company. At the end of the 1990s, they built a refinery in Jamnagar. It is still the largest oil refinery in the world. It doesn't stop there though. Reliance infrastructure has been providing power, construction and defence since 2002. Reliance Defence builds ships, has projects in offshore engineering, and although politically controversial, in 2018 partnered with the French government to produce 36 Rafale fighter planes for India. And then was Reliance Retail, which has 45 subsidiaries, including mobile phones, jewellery, electronics, apparel, and groceries. More on all of that later. But I think one of the strangest ventures of Reliance is Relicord. This is the storage of umbilical cord blood. I have to say, it's an amazingly diverse business so far. But drama was soon to follow. In 2002, Reliance's original founder, Dhirubhai Ambani, died, but the thing was, he never wrote a will before he passed away. So, his eldest son, Mukesh, was put in charge as chairman and managing director, while his younger brother, Anil, became vice chairman. Just like Dhirubhai when he was selling textiles in the early days with his cousin, the two heirs to the Reliance company had very different approaches and disagreements about the direction of the company. The dispute spilled out into the public in late 2004, and in something almost never seen before in corporate history, their mother had to step in to settle the dispute. Her idea was to split the businesses the following year. To put it simply, the older brother Mukesh got the oil and gas business under the name Reliance Industries, and Anil took the telecommunications, finance and infrastructure part under the name Reliance Group. It was highly unusual and more of a family arrangement than a traditional business deal. But the conflicts continued. After the split, Anil was expecting Mukesh to sell him gas at a lower rate to use for his power plants. But the deal was vetoed by the government, and Anil suspected that his brother had talked them into it. At the same time, Anil was also failing in his telecommunications business. The fight became such a matter of public interest that the Indian Minister of Finance requested that they settle this dispute. It was the case that the company was so huge that these arguments were harming the Indian finance market. What a situation. So how did it all work out? Has the family feud continued or has it settled down after 13 years? Well, today it's pretty clear that Mukesh has emerged as the victor. Anil was forced to sell Reliance Communications to his brother about a year ago to avoid insolvency. So the total score is this. Anil's Reliance Group market cap stands at $13.8 billion, while Mukesh's Reliance Industries total assets are valued at $130 billion. For comparison, Tata Group, another huge Indian conglomerate which I've done a video on, is currently worth about $126 billion US. So let's leave the brothers to squabble for now and look at how important Reliance is for India right now. They have the largest market cap in India, as well as the largest private contributor to GDP. They also have the world's largest data network and are still the biggest polyester producer globally, so I guess some of their original businesses are still going. So as mentioned earlier, Reliance Retail has 45 divisions, some including Reliance Fresh, which has fresh produce like fruits and vegetables, and also online groceries, and Reliance Smart, which has apparel, footwear, as well as food. Reliance Digital is a consumer electronics branch that has over 650 retail stores. Reliance LYF, which I think is shortened for Life, is a 4G mobile phone manufacturer established in 2015. Reliance Retail also does travel services, energy, entertainment and leisure, health and well-being products, as well as educational products and services. They have a total of over 3,800 stores, which combined cover an area of over 17.7 million square feet across 750 cities. Reliance Retail brings in an annual revenue of over $10 billion US. Jio is a mobile network subsidiary of Reliance. Just 1 month after their official launch on the 5th of September 2016, they had already acquired 16 million subscribers. This is the fastest adoption of any mobile network operator anywhere in the world. It took them 83 days to get 50 million subscribers, and by February 2017, they had over 100 million people subscribed to their network. So, what did all of these new people coming online decide to do? Watch T-Series on YouTube, of course. T-Series is kind of like an Indian Vivo, with music videos featuring Bollywood stars essentially. As alluded to at the beginning of this video, Reliance Jio caused massive growth in that channel, disrupting the traditional YouTube order, and is set to dethrone PewDiePie for the #1 spot. The Jio strategy was essentially this: give away the data for free for 3 months, and then charge over 30 times cheaper than the competition. This absolute price-slashing technique quickly brought 4G into every Indian home and single-handedly changed the data consumption habits of an entire country. Combined with cheap Reliance mobile phones, now even those in rural areas or those of modest means like farmers, students and entrepreneurs can finally have the tools they need to participate in the modern economy. Some analysts suspect that Reliance Jio alone could boost the Indian economy by over 5%. In 2018, Reliance Jio is ranked as the #1 firm to change the world by Fortune magazine. Reliance also owns the largest TV network in India, Network 18, which includes an Indian version of CNBC. Some commentators speculate that this is to control the news and public opinion about the company within the country. The company also offers 500 free-to-air channels under its Reliance Big TV subsidiary. Okay, so we're almost at the end of the video, but before we end, let's check out 3 facts about Reliance. Number 3. Reliance Industries has Asia's largest mango orchard. Its aim is to control the pollution caused by the Reliance refinery. There's over 100,000 mango trees covering 600 acres of land with 127 varieties of mangoes. Number 2. The Reliance Foundation. The Reliance Foundation was set up in the year 2000 and supplies funds for education, healthcare, and has the goal of ending poverty. Number 1. In contrast to the last fact, Mukesh Ambani, the winner of the feud between the two brothers and the one that owns Reliance Industries, is now worth $44 billion. He owns a 27-story house to accommodate his family of 5. There's a staff of 600 workers who maintain it 24/7. It is the world's most expensive private residence, valued at over $1.3 billion. It has 10 elevators, parking space for 168 cars, 3 helipads, and an artificial snow room, and of course countless other features. So that is the story of Reliance, including Reliance Group and Reliance Industries and all of the widespread subsidiaries. It is amazing to think that Reliance was started just by one man who worked at a petrol station in Yemen before selling textiles beginning on a bicycle in India. Another fun fact, when it all began, he only had $300 to start with. Now they're one of the most widespread companies in existence. I guess it just goes to show that you really can't predict where life will take you. You could start with nothing and literally build an empire. If you're watching this video from India and you want to see the story behind an
Okay.
हाँ मोटिवेशनल वीडियो है ये मेरे ख्याल में तो मुझे तो अच्छी खासी मोटिवेशन मिली है इससे।
सबसे पहली बात, always write your will. If you have this business empire, ठीक है। पहला उसका बहुत नुकसान होगा उसका ना कंपनी को, और इकोनॉमी को भी, लेकिन
रिकवर कर लिया।
अच्छा, स्टोरी का मुझे नहीं पता था। स्टोरी भी पता चली, मुकेश अंबानी के बारे में मुझे आइडिया था, मुझे नहीं पता था कि रिलायंस को कोई और भी ऑन कर रहा है साथ इक्वली, मतलब एक और भी। और इसके घर का मुझे पता था कि बहुत लग्जरियस घर, और इसकी भी बहुत फेमस हुआ था।
5 फैमिली मेंबर्स थे ना, बताया, 127 फ्लोर्स,
160 प्लस कार्स के लिए जगह थी वहाँ पे,
क्या कुछ,
और मतलब
600 वर्कर्स 24/7 मेंटेन हो रहे हैं।
मतलब वो अपना फिर बिजनेस, वो सकता ऑफिस वगैरह भी वहीं पर।
लेकिन यार ये काफ़ी अच्छे से काम है रिलायंस की, पहली मशहूर कंपनी।
पहली तो मोटिवेशनल स्टोरी कि एक बंदा पेट्रोल पंप पे काम करके वहाँ से वापस आके इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट का बिजनेस से स्टार्ट किया और इतना बड़ा एम्पायर खड़ा हो गया। ठीक है, ऑल यू नीड इज़ हार्ड वर्क और कमिटमेंट। और उसके बाद फिर
सबसे अच्छा प्रोजेक्ट मुझे कौन सा लगा रिलायंस का, जो रिलायंस कर रही है किस फील्ड?
मुझे वो इनका ना इंटरनेट वाला वो जो सिस्टम था, वो स्ट्रेटजी बहुत
रेवोल्यूशन ले आए हैं किस्म का।
इतनी अच्छी स्ट्रेटजी, एक तो बिजनेस फैलाने की स्ट्रेटजी इतनी अच्छी थी।
स्टार्ट में उन्होंने
फ्री रखा 3 महीने, और उसके बाद भी उसके रेट्स इतने लो हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली ऑडियंस तो अट्रैक्ट होगी, और जितनी तेजी से अट्रैक्ट हुई इतनी तो कभी भी नहीं होती।
वो सब्सक्राइबर्स का बता दी यार। मुझे टी सीरीज का बड़ा शॉकिंग लगा। टी सीरीज भी इनसे रिलेटेड है, और वो यार इतना कमाल का चैनल है टी सीरीज, मेरा फेवरेट है।
ऑब्वियसली भाई, जब बैक एंड पे इतनी बड़ी कंपनी होगी तो इतना बड़ा ब्रांड ही बनेगा ना वो।
यार हर सॉन्ग को उन्होंने मेरे ख्याल से दोबारा से गाया है, सबसे मजे का वही उनके सॉन्ग्स होते हैं,
मतलब
बहुत मजे का चैनल।
अच्छा, रिलायंस का पता चल गया हमें।
रिलायंस
जियो मुझे नहीं पता था कि जियो का मैंने सुना था इंडिया में काफ़ी ज़्यादा कि उन्होंने इंटरनेट में ये मतलब एग्जैक्ट डिटेल नहीं पता थी कि क्या उन्होंने किया, लेकिन जियो के बारे में काफ़ी मैंने सुना था। रिलायंस के ये जो है ना इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स उसका आइडिया था, और ये जियो ये देखा वो टेलीकम्युनिकेशन में भी है,
बिल्कुल
वो यही मैंने सुना हुआ था, इनका पता था। लेकिन
एयरक्राफ्ट भी मैनेज कर रहे हैं, शिप्स भी मैनेज कर रहे हैं, पता नहीं क्या कुछ है।
बहुत बड़ी इंडस्ट्री बन गई ना यार, मतलब आला।
बहुत मजे की वीडियो लगी मुझे तो।
हाँ मैं सोच रहा था कि इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट का बिजनेस शुरू करें।
पेट्रोल पंप ज्वाइन कर।
लेकिन मोटिवेशनल स्टोरी थी, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ एक अजीब सी स्टोरी थी
फाइट की वजह से नहीं।
हाँ मतलब अप डाउन एक स्टोरी एक बेस से लेके यहाँ तक लेके आए, उसके बाद डिस्ट्रीब्यूट भी जो नॉर्मली हम सुनते हैं ना कि दो भाई हैं तो बिजनेस फिर डिवाइड हो जाएगा, और ये नॉर्मली जो बड़े ब्रांड्स होते हैं वहाँ पे ऐसे होता नहीं है, वो लोग इस तरह मैनेज कर लेते हैं,
मैनेज हुए भी होते हैं
उनका बिजनेस डिस्टर्ब ना हो किसी तरीके से, लेकिन यहाँ पे नहीं हो पाया।
और ये फाइट भी बहुत बड़े लेवल पर गई और मीडिया और मिनिस्टर्स सारे इन्वॉल्व हुए।
वो बोल रहे थे ना
बिजनेस इतना बड़ा
बिजनेस था। और दूसरा एक और इस कंपनी की जो बड़ी अट्रैक्टिव बात लगी कि आम ऑडियंस को लेके आए हैं स्टॉक मार्केट में।
हाँ, बिल्कुल
नॉर्मली शेयर्स बेचने में इन्होंने मतलब इनकी मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटजी मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगी, बड़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग लगी।
तभी इतनी ऊपर गई,
तभी इतनी बिल्कुल जैसे पहले उन्होंने
टाटा से ऊपर है यार ये।
हाँ वही बात मेरे को ये शॉकिंग थी, वो जो टोटल लेकिन टाटा
$26 बिलियन इवन 30 बिलियन।
हाँ लेकिन टाटा का मैंने सुना कि वो 66% वो चैरिटी वर्क कर देते हैं इस वजह से।
लेकिन फिर भी वो 126 में से 66 बिलियन में चैरिटी में देते होंगे ना?
नहीं मेरे ख्याल से उसके बाद शायद
नहीं ऐसे नहीं, वो कंपनी वर्थ तो टोटल आएगी ना $126 बिलियन।
कंपनी वर्थ जो होती है उनके जितने उनके पास असासे होते हैं उसके हिसाब से होती है।
हाँ।
और जब उनका प्रॉफिट आता है तो उसकी 1% दोबारा री इन्वेस्ट होती है।
चलो ये चीज क्लियर कर देना, अगर मैं ये गलत हो रहा तो।
हाँ मेरे ख्याल से ये इस तरह से होता है, उसकी 1% री इन्वेस्ट होती है, बाकी प्रॉफिट में चली जाती है।
टेक्निकल बातें छोड़ के।
सो
कैसी लगी आपको ये वीडियो? हमें तो बहुत मजा आया,
बहुत अट्रैक्टिव
न्यू चीजें पता चली हैं मुझे खास तौर पे इस वीडियो में। अगर कुछ चीजें मिस हो गई हैं रिलायंस में, जो रिलायंस प्रोजेक्ट्स चला रही हैं, तो आप हमें कमेंट में बता सकते हैं। और कैसी लगी वीडियो? अगर अच्छी लगी तो लाइक करें, बुरी लगी है तो डिसलाइक भी कर दें, और हमारा चैनल जरूर सब्सक्राइब करें, बेल आइकन को रिंग करें ताकि आप हमारी लेटेस्ट वीडियोस हासिल कर सकें। मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट टाइम कुछ और वीडियोस के साथ, तब तक के लिए खुदा हाफिज़।